Once you click on the button, we have these many properties and these many events. Okay, so this is the website which we need to go with when we are going with SAP UI5. We need to design by seeing this particular website. Okay, so this is the prerequisite. So if you want to learn SAP UI5, we need to go with initially we need to have the knowledge on HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. And these are responsive. Responsive in the sense these can be executed on mobile, laptop, tablet, desktop, any device. It may be any device, so it can be executed on all the devices. So these are made like this. So SAP UI5 libraries are made like that. So if you use this SAP UI5 libraries, these are responsive. It can be executed on anything. But when you go to this kind of things like in Facebook, which we have, there we need to use other tools as well. Okay, but here we don't need to use other things. Why? Because everything is inbuilt for us. Even a bootstrap is inbuilt for us over here in SAP UI5. So these are responsive, which are executed on all the devices. So this is about the front end of our particular layer. Coming to the mediator, it is SCGW transaction code, where we write ABAP code, object-oriented ABAP code, to fetch the data from the backend. And the backend can be HANA database or any database, any non-SAP database. So I will show you the transaction code. So this is SCGW transaction code where we write our code. Okay, so we write the code over here in the service implementation. This is for creation, this is for deletion, this is for reading a single record, this is for reading multiple records, and this is reading for update. So how we need to do is right click on this particular operation, go to the ABAP workbench. So for this particular update, we need to write the code in this kind of manner. So in this class, we need to write the update function. So this is a place where we write our code. So for this the immediate is SCGW transaction code, which is a service builder. So we are going to consume these services into our front end, into this particular front end design. Okay. So this is about the 3 layers. Did you understand about these things? How the layers have been designed? Hello?
Hello, here.
Yeah, did you understand these particular things? How it goes on?
Yeah.
So here for the mediator, if you want to work on the service builder, you need to know ABAP code with basics of ABAP as well as the object-oriented ABAP code. So this is for the ABAP consultants or in array network gateway service builder builder consultants. They will be doing this one. So whatever they do, we are going to consume those things over here into the front end. Okay. So the backend, it might be any HANA or any non-SAP database. It can be any SAP database. It is going to take the data. And this is going to give it to the front end. This is about SAP UI5.
So is needed the person must know ABAP 4.
No, it is not like that. See, there will be a separate consultant for this one. Okay. So here it is called as SAP UI5 consultant. Here a normal adapter comes into the picture. This is a balance of two guys. SAP ABAP consultant. It goes like this. And here database belongs to BW, BI, HANA. It is like this. So have you understood about this? This is a normal introduction which we need to know.
All prerequisites.
Fine. See, what you do is, so once our application is done, we will be getting an URL. How we will get means, so we need to execute this particular one. So we go over here, click on the gateway client. Once we click on the gateway client, so you already work with the NetWeaver, you might be knowing all these things. Go to the entity sets. I created only one entity set. So click on execute. Now you can see this is a place where we get all the code. So this is a place where we get all the code. Now you can see one by one record. Each particular record you will be able to see over here. So this is the first record. So if you don't understand in XML mode, you can also convert this into the JSON as well. Just click on like this and select this JSON format. And click on execute.
Excuse me, Subnet, SAP NetWeaver Gateway Client is an installation of NetWeaver, ABAP NetWeaver? Or what is that?
SAP NetWeaver Gateway Client is a place where we need to develop our OData services. So the transaction code for that one is SCGW. So adapter will be entering into this and he will be developing the code. So once he develops the code, he will be giving us this URL. This URL we need to consume it on our. I'll show you how to consume it as well. So before opening it, so you will be getting one by one record. So this is the first record which you got, and you will be getting next record like this. So this is the next record.
Okay.
And this is the next record. So like this, you will be getting some 100 or 200 or 300 records over here. So all these records will be in the form of URL right now over here. Now you can say this is a OData protocol. This is a method of OData. So this URL we need to consume. So ABAP consultant will be giving us this particular URL to us. So with this URL, we need to bind it. We need to do the binding, and that means we need to set it to the model first of all. We need to set it to the OData model. Okay. So how to set it to the OData model? It comes to the front end part. So we'll be doing the data binding. We'll be setting the model. All these kind of things comes to the front end. So this is the here. This is the SCGW transaction code. Is the part for the ABAP consultant. This session goes for the ABAP consultant. He will be doing all the function models or ABAP. So suppose if there are any predefined function models, he will be using. If you don't find any predefined function models, he will be designing his own function custom function models, and he will be he can write the code into the update or create. So this create, update, read, all these things are called as a CRUD operations. CRUD operations. So once he gives the URL, we need to build it like this. I'll show you how to build that one as well. So this was my previous class one. Yeah, now you can see there is a URL over here. So now this particular one, let me explain properly. Now this is a OData model, you can see. So this is the URL which I got. So this is my real-time example actually. Now you can see there's a Telstra over here. Telstra is my client. So this is the URL how you need to consume and how you need to go with the coding. Okay. So do you have any questions up to here right now? This UFA.
First of all, I want to know where is the maybe SAP ERP is in another machine, in another server.
I didn't get you. Actually, your voice is getting cut. Your voice is getting some gaps over there. You are not audible, correctly audible to me. Can you send me a message like this?
I know SAP Fiori is integrated with SAP ERP ECC. So I don't know if the system is hooked with the ERP.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
No. I'll come to SAP Fiori after some time, right? Because before going to the SAP, you need to know these kind of 3 layers, how it is going on. I'll tell you that as well. I'll tell you the deployments. There are 2 ways of deployments. I'll tell you that as well. Before going to that phase, so whatever I have told you right now, so do you have any question in this one? I still I don't go to the UFA Fiori part. I've been to this particular channels. So this is the first one which we need to understand. Then we can go with the Fiori part once you understand this one. Why? Because these 2 are interlinked.
Well,
When we go to
regarding
the
that,
Fiori,
I don't have any question regarding you are talking about.
fine.
Everything
So
is clear.
if you don't have any questions, then I'll be jumping to the Fiori part right now. So now what actually the Fiori is?
Oh, okay.
So now I am going to the Fiori. So after completing the Fiori one, then you can ask me any questions so that I will be able to give the answers to you. Now, what actually the SAP Fiori is? Okay. So all here SAP has designed predefined apps, or we can say it as a templates. Okay. So all these are predefined using SAP UI5 only. Okay, so we will be having a leave request. So it is built, this is a predefined application given by SAP using Fiori. Like this we have purchase order request, purchase order approval. So we have many apps. To find out all those apps, we have a website called as library. So this is the URL where we will be getting all the predefined apps which was given by SAP. Now click on the all apps over here. Now you can see there are 881. So the day before yesterday I saw it was 866. Right now it is 881. So whatever app you want an app regarding to the MM module. URCH purchase. Click on here. You will be getting all the purchase order contracts, approve purchase orders, approve purchase order contracts, manage purchase orders. So all these kind of things are there. So now if you want to go with the HCM module, so now which is the leave request, type leave like that and go for the search. Now you can see my leave request, my leave. So this is my leave request. So you will be finding all these things. That means what I mean to say is, suppose if all the clients are using the same application like leave request, if you go to any company, any client, leave request is compulsory for all the people. So this is a global business requirement. So these kind of apps are already developed by SAP. So you can use them. If you don't like that leave request, once again you need to develop from the scratch using this SAP UFA. Okay, so these are all the predefined applications. So this they have built all these things using SAP UFA as well. So in the Fiori we have 2 parts. One is for the configurations, we need to configure the apps. After that, we need to do the enhancement as well. So configuration means, so let me see. Let me tell you all the things. There are three types of Fiori apps. The first one goes for the transactional app. Second one is for analytical app. The third one is fact sheet app. So the first transactional app, it can support any database. It can be HANA database or it can be non-SAP database. It can support any database. But coming to the analytical and fact sheet, these apps are only supported with HANA. Only HANA, it can support only HANA. Transactional and fact sheet will be applicable to only the HANA database. They can't support the other database. But coming to the transactional app, it supports HANA or non-SAP database as well, other databases. So these are the three types of apps. So these kind of apps, so let me take my leave request. Now you can see application type is a transactional app and it can support any database. Okay. So here, when we take these into the picture, we need to, first of all, we need to deploy this into our, server. So before deploying it into the server, we have again two types of deployments. One is embedded deployment. The next one is central hub deployment. The recommended one is central hub. I'll show the picture how actually it will be. So let me take the first diagram. Now let me go with the first one, embedded deployment. Okay. So coming to the embedded deployment, all the servers, so the backend server and the front-end server will be in a single server. Okay. So the backend server as well as with the front-end server, all the servers will be in a single server. Now you can see a diagram over here, embedded deployment, development. So now you'll be having everything within this one only. So this is not a recommended part, but if there is a small company, they can go with these things. Coming to the central hub deployment, we will be having like this. Okay. So we'll be having backend and we'll be having the hub with the front end as well. So the backend, you will be finding the business suite where you need to implement all your things. The front end would be the gateway hub. So this is the difference between. So front end app should be deployed into the front end way, and back end app should be deployed into the back end way. So here we will be having a OData. OData is a back end for us, and this one you need to install. This is an add-on which you need to install on the back end. So back end could be our SAP Business Suite. Coming to the front end, we will be having leave request form, leave request template. So this add-on I need to deploy into the front end. That means I need to add this add-on. Going to the installation part at the front end part. So this is the front end part and this is the back end part. But coming to the embedded, everything will be in a single server. So this is how we deploy this. Okay, so coming to the Fiori, we have three types of apps, and deploying this in two ways, which is an embedded and the central hub. So all the people, 99%, everyone will be going with the central hub only. Okay, so I can give a simple example for you. how actually the difference between the UEFI and Fiori is. Suppose you want to buy a shirt. If you want to buy a shirt, what will you do? First of all, there are two scenarios how to go with the shirt. So you purchase the cloth, then you will be stitching it, then the shirt is ready for you. In the next scenario, you go to the shop, directly purchase the shirt. So the first scenario is SAP UFA. That means you are developing everything from the scratch. Okay, so already SAP has given apps for you. You are going to use it. So this is the difference. What actually is. The template is already given by SAP, but the client requirement or client is not satisfied with that application. You can go totally from the scratch and you can develop it. Okay, but client is asking us to do some enhancement in that one. Enhancement in the sense, suppose let us take a leave request. In the leave request, so this is the part of enhancement. In the leave request, I have totally 10 fields. He asked me to remove two fields. So what I do, as an ABAP Fiori consultant, I'll hide those one. I'll hide those two fields. Okay, so this is the first scenario. First scenario in enhancement. So hiding those things. Coming to the second scenario. We will be having 10 fields. He asked us to add 2 more fields. Add 2 more fields. So what we'll do? We will be having enhancement points over there. Enhancement points. Now we can see what is an enhancement point over here. Go to your Fiori library URL. Click on this implementation information. We will be having installation part, which is a configuration, and this configuration. These two belongs to the configuration part, and the last two belongs to the enhancement part. So once we click on this enhancement, this one, we will be giving some enhancement points over there. So in the V1, V2, like this, we will be having enhancement point. We need to do in this part only. So this is the place where we need to add the fields. So at that point of time, I will be adding 2 fields. So there we will be giving an enhancement points. So we will be adding the fields. Once we add the fields, I will say to ABAP, boss, we are already adding these 2 fields. These 2 fields has to be added at the back end as well. So now he goes to the SC11 transaction code into the particular table. We will be adding 2 fields. For that one, he will be writing the code in the OData, and we will be consuming that URL, and we will be doing our part. So coming to the third scenario. So we will be having buttons. Let me go with the views. Suppose we have 5 views. Okay. Here also we can hide the views. We can add extra custom views also we can add. Even the same thing goes for the buttons. So suppose we have 2 buttons. He doesn't like the color of the button. We need to change the color of the button. We need to change the font of the button. On the button I need to have some my icon. So this kind of things comes to the enhancements. So this is enhancement and this is the configuration. So installation of the app comes to the configuration part, and doing the enhancement is like this. And this is the part where we have enhancement, how to do the enhancement, all these things. Okay. Suppose here I am adding 2 fields. I also need to enhance my OData services. Enhance my OData services, that we will be telling with the SAP ABAP consultant. They will be doing this one. ABAP consultant will be doing this one. If you know ABAP, you can also do it. But we will not be having that much time, so we will be giving the chance to the ABAP consultants. We will be doing that one. It depends. So now you can ask me what actually the doubts we have into the Fiori.
From that point of view is clear. So I think I have to make a program, make some program to adapt the system, Uh, mm, mm,
So coming to the tools where actually we develop all these things are, for raw data, we have transaction code, something called as SCGW, where we develop our code or enhance the code. So coming to this apps, building an apps, we have a tool called as WebID or Eclipse. We will be doing, so this is an Eclipse where we can do it, and this is the free. And coming to the WebID, we need to get the license of this WebID. Okay, we have a trailer version as well. So these are the two tools, two tools which we use for developing our for doing the code. So what I mean to say is, if you want to go with the Fiori part, then I ask you to go with the UFI initially. I mean, at least know the basics of UFI. If you don't know the basics of UFI, it is very hard for you to go with the Fiori part. That is why these two are interlinked. Once again, I mean to say that SAP Fiori templates are predefined, which is predefined by SAP, is done with the help of SAP UFI only. So you do
well,
know the library.
but
Yeah.
tell me something, like a SAP Fiori consultant, what is
Mm.
really your job? What is really the activity you have to do in the system? For example, a customer asks you an implementation for example, sales order entry. So what do you do as
Uh,
a SAP SAP Fiori consultant?
as a SAP UFI consultant. So you asked me which app, which kind of an app you asked me. What is your requirement?
Sales order entry.
Sales order. Fine. Okay. So first of all, I'll go to the sales order. Sales order. So for the sales order, we have these many apps. Which one you need? So let me take something like sales order. Create sales order. Can I take create sales
Yeah,
order?
that's it. Create sales
Create
orders.
sales. Okay. So what I tell my actually client asked me, I need a sales order app. Okay. So he asked me the sales order. So first of all, I'll be giving the demo like this. So I'll be telling my client. So this is already predefined by our SAP guys. So we can take this one. Okay. Suppose if you don't like the view, I can change the view. Suppose if you don't like the button, I can do it. Suppose if you want to add extra fields, I can also do it. I'll be giving first demo on this one. I'll tell that this application is of type transactional. Okay. So if you don't have HANA database, also not a problem. Why? Because this can be done with the transactional database as well. This can be done with the transactional database as well. Okay. Now we have a backend product. Everything is available over here. We can just configure this one, and if you want to do any enhancement, also we can do. Whatever the requirement you have, we can also do this over here. This is predefined apps over here. Okay. And I will be giving a demo for him like this. And these are all the views which we have. Okay. So these all the views I tell to him. So I'll ask him to give 2 days time, and I will be deploying this into my backend server as well as in the web ID. Then I will be executing and showing to him. After showing to him, if he has any extra requirement like adding a custom field or adding a custom button or adding a custom view, custom page, then according to his actions, I'll be performing my own actions onto this one. This is what we do. Suppose he doesn't like these things at all. So normally every client goes with this. Suppose he wants he asks me to build the new application, then we need to go with the SAP UFI. In
So
case,
finally, I can adapt the screen and the information that is shown in the system, right?
yes, yes. So now you need to do. So this is a technical name. So this is an add-on which is available. We need to add this to the backend SAP Business Suite. So now we need, first of all you need to installation. So what is the front-end component? What is the back-end component? Now you can see back-end component belongs to the ABAPer. Okay, we need to install this one. We need to install this particular add-on. and we need to say to the basis consultant, please install this one and activate it. So backend component, and this is the front end component. You can see the front end component. This we need to do it in the front end, and this we need to do it in the back end. So this back end comes to the OData, this front end comes to the app. So your sales order app. If it is a central hub, if it is a embedded, both the things has to be done in a single system. Now you can see SAP Gateway 2.0, SAP Network 7.4. Now we need to go with this one. Network Gateway 731, Float Instance, support package. So all these things I don't want to tell you right now. When we go with the actual configuration, we can do the configuration as well. We can also do without without the help of the basis consultant. Here I can do it as well. But in the real time, basis consultant will be having all these kind of roles and authorities. So we need to get the permission from him. But here we have the dummy server. We can do it. IDS server. We can do it. We can configure our things and back it.
And do I need to know how to program using Eclipse or Java? Do I know?
No need of Java. No need of Java. See, Java is different and JavaScript is different. Okay, Java is totally different. That is that one I have. I think. Okay, here. See, HTML you can complete within both the things. Both the things you can complete within 5 or 6 hours. JavaScript you can complete within 7 hours, max 7 hours. For all these kind of things, I already have a. I already done materials. So for my past students, let me show you the Google Drive. I'll record each and every class and I'll forward it to them. This is coming to the Fiori. Now let me go to the UI5 videos. So this is UI5 classes. Now you can see for HTML I made a document for this is a DOM JavaScript jQuery. So DOM means document object model, JS means JavaScript, JQ means jQuery. So this is a document which has 250 pages, and this is a document which it has HTML and CSS both. It has also 200 or 150 something. So this is the class 1, class 2, class 3. So I used to give the videos for each and every class. I used to record and give them so that they can practice. In the same sense for Fiori also I'll do like this. So in our content we also have HTML CSS when we go with the UI5. Suppose if you are already known to the UI5, then we can directly go with the Fiori and we can complete within 20 or 25 days or more than that. Only the thing is we need to know what is the configuration, how to do the enhancement, how to find them. That we need to know.
Okay, now it's clear. Now it's very clear. Pretty much clear, as my friend said one day. Okay, I have an idea about SAP Fiori.
This is Fiori, yes. So if you want to ask any question, you can ask me. So I think according to the overview, I have told you everything. I didn't miss anything. I have told you everything. Okay. So
Well,